A storm watcher keen on the perfect pic falls victim to the raging sea as a platform collapses. Destructive scenes across 2 states. It's being compared to a Category 1 cyclone. Landslides, falling trees, flash flooding, and a churning sea making for dangerous conditions.
The 4 main impacts we're seeing from that is heavy rainfall, damaging winds, abnormally high tides and hazardous surf. And we have areas that might see between 100 and 150 mils within a 6-hour period.
The Bureau of Meteorology issued a warning for 1,000 kilometres along the east coast as gale force winds exceeded 100 k's per hour. Homes across southeast Queensland lost power and 3 Brisbane dams overflowed. Gold Coast beaches closed and residents warned to avoid unnecessary travel. On Fraser Island, it's been a collision of natural disasters. The fires raging since October, now contained by the rain, but islanders now also facing flood warnings as the trough moves south.
The system's also bringing with it some strong winds, some gale force in fact along the coast. So the combination of the waves and these really high tides means that we're seeing some quite significant beach erosion.
Back in Byron Bay, the northern New South Wales coastal town has been hit hard.
Here we're seeing waves a couple of metres high crashing over the sandbags and a lot of sand being lost.
The popular tourist spot battered by yet another brutal storm as locals ponder what this means for the future.
It's about the 4th or 5th major event in the last couple of years, watching our beach disappear. And we're hoping, I guess, that we get some action both in the short to immediate term, but also from our government to make sure that we're looked after into the future.
Johnny Abegg is a Byron Bay resident. He's also the co-founder of Surfers for Climate, and he joins us now. Johnny, so you've been watching all of this up close. How bad is the damage to Byron's coastline?
Yeah, I've been down there this morning, and basically surfers just live for these kind of swells. So got down there early, and basically I didn't go surfing because I was just watching destruction and watching the Byron Bay beaches just sort of disintegrate before my eyes. I was looking up towards Clark's, like where I am in the cafe, and basically there was just trees falling into the ocean and washing all the way down to the wreck. And a lot of the dunes have just been bashed to pieces. They're up to like 8 to 10 feet high. And yeah, in the 25 years I've been in Byron Bay, I haven't seen anything quite like this.
So this is much worse than past storms, Johnny?
No, it's I've seen storms like it before. It was just basically the lead up to this storm was very different. We had a lot of beach erosion happen out the front around Clark's Beach, and there wasn't any sort of significant swells that were doing it. So to me, it was just basically a sign of climate change and those rising sea levels. And since then we get a storm like this, and usually like everyone's excited about going surfing, and instead we're just watching, you know, the Byron Bay beaches fall apart, and it's just really sad to see this happening.
Well, Johnny, let's hope Byron can come back from this. I mean, how hard is it going to be to repair that damage we've been looking at?
Well, yeah, it feels like we do a lot of sort of Band-Aid fixes with sandbags and things like that, but basically they just create more erosion beyond those bags. So it feels like we have to look at the way we live and change the way we live, because I think all these Band-Aid fixes to the beaches aren't really working. And yeah, I just hope that the beaches can naturally come back and be those beautiful white sand beaches that everyone in, you know, travels far and wide to Byron Bay for. And, you know, I want to take my 3 kids down to those beautiful beaches, and I hope they do repair. But, you know, the future's unknown.
All the best with it, Johnny. It's very well spoken, and it's good to speak to you tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, look, some of the locals in the area might not seem too fussed about the storm. That is why you sometimes need the perspective of an out-of-towner like this guy.
What do you reckon about this weather?
Mate, she's loose, eh? Yeah, a bit going on. Yeah.
What's going on? Describe it for us, what it's like down here.
Oh, mate, I'm on holidays. I'm from the middle of nowhere. Yeah, but this is pretty crazy. Is this going on the news?
Yeah.
So I can't swear.
You can't swear, no.
Yeah, that place he's from, I've heard that can be a real pain to get to. Look, there are a lot of warnings in place, but this dad isn't worried. He sees it as more of an opportunity.
It's a bit crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. It's all the warnings and all that. We thought we'd come down between storms and have a look.
That is proof that parenting is so brutal that any excuse for a day trip will do. You know, when you've been to the museum and you've been to the zoo, you're like, let's go and look at those tram works down at the end of the street. But, you know, a low-pressure system, mate, that is nature's Disneyland, isn't it?
Oh,
the kids will love it.
They will. Yeah, if you get the timing right,
true.
it's fantastic.
Yeah, actually, that's right. Between the storms is key, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's a very important part of that day trip, yeah. From expert opinions to in-depth analysis and reporting, the Project YouTube brings you the biggest stories from Australia and around the globe. Hit the subscribe button now for news delivered straight to your feed.